August 1st, and possibly the most important information as it relates to the approval and distribution of stimulus and stimulus checks. I get questions about stimulus literally every single day down below in the comment section on previous videos, as well as in the chat box on live streams. I see it popping up quite a bit. And that's okay. I don't blame anybody for reaching out wondering, when are we getting it? How much is it going to be? Who is going to get it? Will I receive it? Will I be included? The questions go on, which, by the way, a little bit later on in this video, I will do a little bit of a Q&A. I will answer some of those common questions that I do see showing up down below so often. However, over the last couple years, this is a pretty obvious statement right here, but low income, fixed income, seniors, people with disabilities, Social Security beneficiaries of all benefits administered by Social Security have really been struggling. There's like no financial relief out there, so a lot of people have been wondering, when are we going to be getting something finally? I'm really struggling right now because the depletion of purchasing power, in other words, basically what you can get for $1, he keeps getting less and less and less. I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? When we go to the stores and buys whatever we need, it's like, wow, my bag is a little more empty this week. Yeah, that's really awesome. I spent the exact same amount of money. Anyway, you get it. I know it's very obvious, but I just want to point that out really quickly. Anyway, let's talk about August 1st here because we got some very important data. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, possibly, in my opinion, the most important data that is released out there as it pertains to the distribution, the approval of, and the sending out of any type of stimulus. When this data comes in weak, like we've been seeing here over the last few months, and we're getting more on the 1st of August here. When this data comes in weak, it's really gets a lot of people very worried really fast, most notably lawmakers. Those are the people that we really need to kind of motivate to do something here, right? Anyway, quick side note here. Hey, if you're enrolled in Medicare, please do yourself a huge favor. Call this team of trusted advisors right here with this exclusive phone number. That is your phone number for all of you here in this community. But anyway, thousands and thousands and thousands of you have called them for help with your supplement plans, your Medigap plans, your Part D plans, Medicare Advantage, initial enrollment into Medicare if you're turning 65 or retiring. Here's the deal. If you call them, a very short 5, 10, 15, maybe 20, or maybe 30-minute phone call could possibly get you significantly better coverages and save you a ton of money. The average person, by the way, is saving $1,100 of average savings from the average senior that's calling. That's incredible. $1,000 of average savings. Obviously, that's not guaranteed. Some save more, some save less, but that's the average. Absolutely incredible from a very short phone call. And a quick pro tip here. Annual enrollment is coming very soon. It's not that far away. If you call them now, you will be at the front of the line for annual enrollment. You definitely do not want to be at the back of the line of 70 million seniors during annual enrollment. Call them, establish that communication now with them, with that phone number, and then when annual enrollment's here, boing, there you go. You win. You're at the front of the line. Anyway, more on that a little bit later. But seriously, it's a huge benefit for you, totally for free. They will do all the work for you, totally for free. Okay? Anyway, give them a call. Seriously, totally be worth it. And let me know how the phone call goes. Leave me a comment down below afterward. I hope you can save a ton of money like so many other people. All right, anyway. August 1st, what's going on this day? I want to point this out for you because over the last couple months here, we've been seeing some, honestly, not great data coming out. The data has been weakening. However, are we surprised? No. We've been waiting for this. We've known that this was going to be coming. We've known that the data would be weakening. What is it? It's the jobs data, the non-farm payroll number, the jobs report, whatever you want to call it. It's coming out the first day of August, okay? Now, this number comes out the first Friday of every month. It just so happens to be August 1st is Friday, right? So with that being said, we get it on that day. Point being, though, you might be thinking, who cares? I couldn't care less about the jobs data. I couldn't care less about the non-farm payroll. Who cares what's going on with the job market? That's okay. If you don't care, that's totally fine. My point being is, though, there's a lot of data out there. Every month we get the inflation data. Oh my, the inflation data. Who cares? Nobody cares about the inflation data. Not anymore. 4 years ago? Oh yeah, we cared about the inflation data. 3 years ago, we really cared about the inflation data. Today, don't really care about it. Remarks out of the Federal Reserve. Don't really care. We already know what they're going to do. They're going to continue to pause and maybe cut a little bit later this year. Not much. However, when it comes down to it, we've heard this out of the chairman of the Federal Reserve multiple times. the details of the tariffs, in other words, the impacts of the tariff is likely going to significantly weaken the jobs market. Okay, but we're not looking for jobs. Why do we care? Here's why. When the job market goes down, the whole entire economy implodes. Not a good thing. Okay, when the job market goes down, in other words, people are losing their jobs. We don't want anybody to lose their job, by the way. It's a sad situation. We don't want that to happen to anybody. But it's the reality of an economic contraction. It's the reality of a recession. When this happens, it's really bad for the economy. It takes the whole economy down with it. When the unemployment rate ticks up significantly, okay, when that goes up significantly, that is when lawmakers start to quiver in their boots, they start to shake in their little pants, and they get really, really scared. When they get really scared, they say, hey guys, let's huddle. Let's talk about something called stimulus. Hey, the economy needs a little boost. How should we do it? Oh, gee, let's think of a cute name. We'll call it some kind of stimulus package. We'll disguise it, whatever. We'll add a few $100 billion, maybe a couple $1 trillion within it, and we'll plow it out into the economy. Oh, by the way, we got to add some smoke and mirrors here to the people. We'll add a little stimulus check as a little distraction, right? We'll throw them a little bone. $1,000, $1,200, $1,400, $2,000, whatever it happens to be. We'll throw them a little bone to distract them so we can siphon money, right? Literally what it comes down to. Point being, obviously, I'm, kind of being a little sarcastic, but at the same time, honestly, not really. Okay, this is what happens. But when we see the job market weakening significantly, as we've heard out of the chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, say that this is likely happening, we're likely going to see a significant weakening of the job market. This takes the economy down. When we see the economy go down into a contraction, into a recession, weakness in the overall economy, and the jobs data, as in the unemployment numbers, shoot up, that's when we see, quick, provide stimulus, right? Now here's the thing. I've seen a number of different data points coming out that we could see 5.3% plus of unemployment this year. That would not be good. That would not be good at all, okay? Think of this too as well. A couple of years ago, lawmakers wanted to implement automatic stabilizers into the jobs numbers. If the jobs numbers hit a certain number, it was like 5.5%, boing, there goes a stimulus. If it hits another 5.7%, doing, there goes another stimulus. If it hits 6%, doing, there goes another stimulus check, right? Because they use it as their defense mechanism against an imploding economy. Okay, when the economy's getting really weak and things are breaking down, they provide stimulus because what does it do? It stimulates the economy. Obviously, that's why it's called a stimulus, right? They give stimulus checks out to us and all kinds of other people and organizations and businesses in the form of all kinds of different easy money tactics to get it into the economy, to stimulate the economy quickly. It's the whole purpose behind it. Point being, the last few months here, we've seen some jobs numbers coming in a bit weaker, not looking good. Well, as a result of the tariffs and the implementation of them months and months ago, we knew starting in usually July, June, the early June, I should say. June was kind of the first month we expected to start to see some impacts, but then July, August, and September and beyond is when we would really start to see the impacts in the job market as it pertains to, the impacts of the tariffs, okay? Point being is that we're seeing it now. I know it's been a very slow process, but that's how it goes. It's slow. And then when you eventually see, things are getting bad fast, it unravels very quickly, okay? Anyway, point being is that it's going to be a very pivotal report here that we get on August 1st, because if that one comes in very weak again, and we see the unemployment number, as in the unemployment rate, tick up significantly, that could spell disaster going forward here, as we've been projecting. There's been a lot of people coming out, and I've been saying this for months. The second half of 2025 is going to get ugly. We've been hearing this from so many people for so many months, for so long. Second half of the year, it's getting ugly. And it's getting ugly, right? Anyway, I just want to keep you posted on all of this. And again, let's do a couple quick questions and answers here. Couple questions that I get. And again, the questions are phrased pretty similar here, but when are we going to get it? Right now, there's not a stimulus that's approved, okay? There's no stimulus approved right now. How much is the stimulus check going to be? There's not a stimulus check right now, okay? However, if/when we get something, how much will it be? Who knows? I mean, seriously, it totally depends on the need for the overall economy. If the economy needs $500 billion in stimulus, who knows? It could be a couple $1,000s. You don't know. There's all kinds of details on that. Okay, another question would be, am I going to be included? Okay, not like me personally, but that's just like a question that I get. And again, it could be Social Security, SSDI, SSI, seniors, low income, VA, doesn't matter. I get questions like, hey, I'm on SSI, can I get it? I'm SSDI, can I get it? I'm a senior, I'm 67, can I get it? I'm 71, can I get it? Questions like this. My answer to that is this. It's always based on income. It's 100% of the time based on income, unless you have a very high income as a Social Security or senior, a beneficiary of some kind. You're probably fine, okay? My point being is that there's a very, very, very high likelihood that you would be included in the event of the distribution of more stimulus, okay? Another question being is, or I should say, another statement is, we're never getting stimulus again. I definitely would not say that. Stimulus is not like a one and done thing. Look back to all the recessions that we've had over the last 25 years. 2000, 2001, 2008, 2009, 2020, 2021. Every single one of them provided stimulus. Every single one of them. Look it up. It's pretty interesting, okay? Every single recession that we have provides stimulus. This would be no different this time around, okay? All right, anyway. Again, if you're enrolled in Medicare, or if you're turning 65 or retiring, or need help with your supplement plan, your Medigap plan, your Part D plan, your Medicare Advantage plan, or again, if you're turning 65 at all this year or next year, please utilize that free service right there. A team of trusted advisors waiting to help you. Give them a call. They're waiting there for you. And again, they have access to over 20,000 plans across the country. They're looking through those plans to find the best plan at the best price with the best coverages and the best fit for you and your personal needs. So you can see the doctors you want, the providers you want to see, the networks you want to be within, the offices, the clinics you can visit, as well as any prescription needs if you have any at all. They're going to look through all of that and find you your best options for you. We all need a different plan. That's why there's 20,000 options available across the country. Anyway, they're working diligently to help you here in this community. They've already helped thousands and thousands and thousands of you here in this community. I've seen the numbers. I've seen the statistics. It's incredible. Thousands of you have called them with this number here. Make sure to join the other thousands of people. If you've not done so yet, call them. Have them work on your behalf. And again, it's totally free for those advisors to review your plan, find you better options, and to work with you totally free, okay? Another quick pro tip here, super fast. Annual enrollment is coming in just a couple months. It's not that far away. There's going to be 70 million seniors reviewing and shopping new plans. They will be absolutely swamped during that time. However, the pro tip is this. If you call them now, establish that communication now. If you call them with that phone number and you call them and just talk to them, establish that communication, have them review your current situation now. When annual enrollment rolls around, you are at the front of the line. Front of the line. That'll get you to the front of the line. If you wait, you're going to be at the back of the line. You don't want to wait. You don't want to be at the back of the line. If you call them now and establish that communication, talk to somebody, spend a few minutes on the phone, 5, 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes on the phone, you'll be at the front of the line for annual enrollment. That's perfect. You want to be in that position. A really, really good power position. You want to be there. First person through the door. Amazing. Anyway, think of a couple people that you know. Again, just 1, 2, or 3 people, friends, family members, neighbors, acquaintances, siblings, coworkers, parents, neighbors down the street, neighbors down the hall, your favorite cashier at the local grocery store or pharmacy. Please share that phone number with them as well so they can also take advantage of that and get some help with their Medicare needs. Again, supplements, Medigap plans, Part D plans, Medicare Advantage, initial enrollment in Medicare, whatever it happens to be, they can get some assistance too. Again, totally for free. Again, and then when they save a bunch of money and get better coverages, you get all the credit, which is pretty awesome, right? They're super happy with you, and then you get all that, the accolades from that. Otherwise, if you're new here, if you've not done so, please consider subscribing, 100% free. Big subscribe button down below. If you have not done so, please share the video. Big share button down below as well. Check out the other 5,000 plus, actually 6,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos I've hand selected for you down below in the description or popping up on your screen in just a second. You'll see some videos there. Check those out. Otherwise, until next time, enjoy your day, take care, and I'll catch you again later in the next one.